Hello, welcome everybody who's not here yet, but you might be watching this after the effect. Welcome. Today, but oh, I got distracted because I started hearing myself. Rookie move. um, I was like, who is that talking? Like, I don't recognize the voice. Like, how do I not recognize my own voice?
I'm a mistake.
Amateur, what the heck?
I did that the first time I streamed.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, today we have, and you might have seen her, we have Queenie Tiger.
Hi.
And today we are going to be talking about Enneagram and probably other things, as always happens in live streams.
Yep.
You start with a lead topic and it gets off topic, but we're gonna try.
That's literally my life story.
Exactly. So do you want to introduce yourself, plug your channel, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an ENTJ, and because don't usually say this, but I'm an Enneagram 3 just because this is an Enneagram stream. But yeah, my channel's just called Queen Tiger, and the profile picture is a picture of me, so you better subscribe.
Go subscribe. When I edit it later, I'll put the link in there.
I'm desperate for views.
Yes. Get the views over to her channel. So let's just start with the obvious elephant in the room. Tell us about what it's like to be an Enneagram 3, because that is not even in my tri-type, so I know nothing about Enneagram 3.
See, it's kind of weird because you're like always wanting to like get like the best grades and all that, but then like obviously I was talking to you about the disintegration to like 9. So then you go from just really motivated, really ambitious, and then you just become really like not motivated at all, and it's like it's really bad. But
So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I think the thing is, I don't know how many other threes could relate to this, but like I get really like hard on myself if I don't get like top grades.
So what's it like, what are the things that you struggle with besides like worrying about getting good grades? What are the other kinds of things that you struggle with?
Well, I think it's kind of like just image in general, like, because I'm good at public speaking, but only if I'm not thinking about what everyone else in the room's thinking of me while I'm doing the public speaking, because when that happens, it just all goes wrong from there. So I think all of the image Enneagram types could probably relate to that though.
So when you're public speaking, that's really like the only time when you feel like really self-conscious about your public image. Otherwise, like you don't feel too conscious about it.
I mean, you always think about it to some extent, but it's kind of when it's because obviously like public speaking, you've just got everyone like looking at you. That's when it's kind of like the most obvious.
So what kind of like thoughts are going through your head when you see that they're watching you?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because I read into people's facial expressions way too much. So if you say someone that's just like sat at the back laughing, you're like, why are they laughing at me?
Oh, I see.
But yeah, and especially because it's like at school that happens a lot, because everyone just no one can be bothered in the class.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, maybe they're not interested, or maybe like they're thinking something about you, and that's why.
It's just like, what's the point? Because no one, like, especially like in secondary school when you don't even get to choose what subject you do, like no one wants to be here.
Oh, interesting. So besides being like 3 is obviously like your main Enneagram, what else is in your tri-type?
7 wing 8 and then 8 wing 7.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't know if I've seen that very often.
I mean, people seem to think that I come off either 7 or 8, but I think online in general I try to come off more 7, definitely, like on, not on YouTube, but like on Facebook groups and stuff, I try to come off more 7.
So so thinking about your Enneagram 3, which is thinking about your image and also thinking about the fact that you're trying to come off more like an Enneagram 7, what is it about that kind of behavior that drives you to act more like that?
I don't know, it's just because obviously stereotypically 7s are like the most like fun people. So it's like, and then people like, that's typically very well received, especially like online. So I think it's probably that. But then sometimes I'll try to act like an 8 to sort of put up a wall kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Hmm. So you kind of go through the two extremes then in a way.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Interesting. So at any point, do you ever feel like it's inauthentic to behave more like a 7?
Oh, I mean, kind of, but then it's like, to me, it's like sometimes you kind of have to be inauthentic. I know obviously you're like higher FI, so you might not agree with that, but I think sometimes, you know, what's that saying? Fake it till you make it.
Hmm. Interesting. So for you, it's not, you're using it as a way to adapt and potentially get more from the situation because of the fact that you are, acting more in that 7 way, which people
Yeah,
you've noticed react better to that, which is honestly a kind of like TE
yeah,
over FE kind of way of addressing situations.
yeah.
Like,
And I think as well, I've also noticed that people don't react well to ones.
ooh, because ones are like the duty people, right? Or am I?
And as well, like, I don't know about everywhere else, but like, especially where I'm from, it's kind of, you don't want to be seen as like that person who follows the rules. You don't want to be seen as that person who, like, and then ones are usually like that. So, especially where I'm from, ones aren't really perceived very well.
So do you think that that's a mostly cultural thing, or do you think that's an age-related thing?
See, I think it's probably a mix of both. Um, but I think, most people my age probably don't want to come off very one-ish.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I also think, because it's funny because I know my sisters are 1, my mum's a 1,
Oh goodness.
so I definitely wasn't the favorite.
Yeah, especially with that 3 where
Yeah,
you want to be the one making the rules.
yeah, and, and then like my mum's an ISFP and my sister's an ISFJ.
Oh my goodness.
Very different.
And it's so natural for an ENTJ to many respects to want to take control, especially over people like an ISFJ, ISFP, because you see how they're like wasting efforts and you're just like, okay.
Me trying as well um because my mum especially, she'll be constantly like, wanting to be like polite to people and that, and then but she takes it too far. Like she doesn't know when to not be polite.
Oh goodness.
But it's like obviously, fair enough, be nice to people, but sometimes you just need to put your foot down, and she's not very good at that. And
Hmm.
it's like she gets annoyed when other people do that. So like, but like I always did that quite a bit, like at school as well. I wasn't the type of person who'd like be getting told off and just being sat there like, yeah. I'd be like, what are you having a go at me at? And she did not like that.
Hmm. So that's leading me to wonder what's it like when you're a 3 and you're young, like in elementary school? Like, how does that come off? How did other kids receive you? Because threes come off pretty strong.
Well, I mean, I was definitely, especially in like, I'm gonna assume that our primary school is the same as your elementary school.
Probably. It's like ages 5 to 11-ish.
Yeah. So I was like the really clever one, like because I'd always get like 100%, just be like, especially like with, see, at that age I was better at maths. Um, I'm better at English now though, but yeah, so I'd always get like 100%. Everyone would like think I was like the cleverest person. So yeah,
Hmm.
and now I found out about Enneagram, and that actually makes a lot of sense.
So would you say, if I'm interpreting this correctly, you were almost like lording it over people that you were so smart and
Oh,
able
yeah,
to
yeah,
like
definitely.
I mean, to many degrees, I can relate to that in that I liked being the smartest person in the room. However, I wasn't one to necessarily tell other people that. I would just more so want to have the best grades of everybody. Um,
And
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
as well, um, obviously I don't know if this is more ENTJ than three, but like I was just like, if like other people didn't get things, I'd just be sat there and just like, and I just wouldn't understand why they didn't get it.
So a sort of like impatience with the fact that they're not picking up and
Yeah,
understanding what's being taught.
yeah, definitely had a superiority complex.
No, I mean that makes sense. Like if you're lead extroverted thinking, I mean, whether we're looking at socionics or MBTI, I mean, you're looking at objective things and it seems pretty clear how things work. Like it would be pretty natural to understand how things work, how systems work, and learning new information, especially things like math, because math is pretty organized and
Yeah,
clear. It's very clear cut what it should be. It makes a lot of sense that you do really well in that, especially younger on, and also makes a lot of sense why it would be hard for you to understand why other people
yeah,
don't, because it would be so apparent to you, where other people, obviously, like think about being an FI Dom, like your TE would be not even thought about in elementary school. Like you'd just be like, I just want to color.
weird. Like I was like as well. Just as a kid, I was just obsessed with anything that had like numbers on it. Just, you know, charts, statistics, all of that stuff. I was just obsessed with that.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
so that's why I. That's another reason why I really don't see how I could be an SE dom, because when I look at myself as a kid, I was just not SE at all.
What makes you say that?
Because I don't know, like when you look at especially like, this might be just a cultural thing, but when you look at the SE DOMs and how they were as a kid, they didn't really like, you know, I don't know if it's stereotypical, but it was more like they, I don't think they'd have cared about things like that the way like I did. You get what I mean?
Cared about things like what? I'm sorry.
Like just all the like, you know, just all the like how you like look, like how like whether you're smart or not, and whether you like, being like obsessed with one thing, being like very like black and white in the way you think. Like that all seems like a T a TE dumb child to me rather than an SE dumb child.
Right. The SE Dom child, at least the way that I would imagine it, would be the one that's like out in the jungle gym at play time, like trying to like climb things and
I was
like,
def I was definitely not a very like explorative person as a kid. Like, I'm definitely more adventurous now rather than
hmm,
like I definitely wasn't really that adventurous when I was young.
interesting.
But
I
yeah,
was.
I, I think as well, another reason, I don't know if I said this on stream or off stream, but I used to think I was an ESTJ when I very first got into it, and that black and white thinking that I was on about was kind of another reason. I kind of thought I might have been an ESTJ because like obviously when it comes to stereotypes, you see that a lot more with a stereotypical ESTJ than an ENTJ, but that was probably
Right.
PE.
Right, because the stereotype of an ENTJ is coordinating and making other people do things for them, whereas the ESTJ is more just like telling people how to fix themselves.
Yeah, I think because I think especially when all the other functions are undeveloped, TE can kind of think, well, you're either right or wrong.
That kind of like binary thinking.
Yeah, like, and with me as a kid, it was usually I'm right and everyone else is wrong.
Of course, isn't that how we always are as kids for the most part? Interesting.
It's still there to some extent.
Interesting. It's funny because I don't have 3 anywhere, like not even in a wing like of even my tri-type. So
What's your tri-type then?
my tri-type is a 927, and I think both my 9 and my 2 are wing 1.
Interesting.
I was very much so that person that like followed the rules because I didn't
hold off.
I hated getting in trouble. Like getting in trouble was the worst thing that could ever happen to me, which I think relates back to me being a 9, because 9 is conflict avoidant. And in my family, I mean, physical punishment of spanking was a thing. We were very religious. Spare the rod, spare the child.
My mum learned at one point not to hit me because I'd hit back.
Oh my God. No, I was afraid. If I hit back, who knows? I could have been hit even harder.
Someone's just asked if it's pre-recorded. No, it doesn't.
It's live.
But yeah, I think I don't know, because if I'd like typed myself when I was like 8 or 9, I probably would have tested as in ESTJ.
Oh, interesting. Oh, someone's asking why we don't read out the chat, so let me go ahead and catch.
There's no questions.
There are no questions. I tend to be that same way. It's bad. I'm not like Emily who reads out everything, but I can.
I sometimes do streams without even having the chat open.
Exactly. But Miss Francesca here has finally had herself fully typed with her Enneagram, and she's a 9 wing 8. Interesting. I'm a 9 wing 1 and a 5 wing 4 and 3 wing 2.
That's interesting actually, because I don't know what wing my 3 is, because both of them fit.
Are you more towards the 3 of helping people or 3 towards the individual? I think you're more of a 3 wing 4.
Yeah, I mean,
having talked to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More so than the 2, because the 2 is a little self-sacrificial in the way that it wants to like help other people. So if you're 3 and you're taking command and have that wing 2, you would also like want to take command, but for the purpose of helping other people. Whereas 3 wing 4 would be taking command for the purpose of, having it done your way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then Jeffrey made a random comment. You were the smartest person in the room. No. We can fight over who's the smartest. No, just kidding.
The smartest MBTI YouTuber.
That would be a funny video.
I should actually do that. I should just roast every single.
Oh my gosh, that would be so great.
Just start drama.
I'm a 9, so I couldn't partake in that, but I could watch it. Jeffrey said he also liked to do tricks on the equipment and climb on everything, which is kind of SE, which would make sense because I think he said he's a 9FJ, so he would have SE in his last slot. Hi, Kleptic DRVN. Nice to see you. Welcome. An Enneagram, that's a great question. An Enneagram it's like your emotional palette. So, like, everybody has a personality and everybody has fears and insecurities and things that make them feel good about themselves.
I've got
And
no
so,
fears.
and so the Enneagram is basically when you say that you're a number, for example, I'm a 9, that means that I value my internal peace above most other things, which means when my peace is threatened, I retract and I avoid conflict even further, and I will separate myself often if I feel like my peace is going to be disturbed. And Queen has seen it where I just like don't respond for a while. That's just because like I am that person that needs way too much alone time for an extrovert. It's a problem. Um,
Do I always sound like a lot more triggered than I actually am?
no, what you sound like is opinionated at all times.
Well, most TE DOMs are, so
Yes. I'm pretty opinionated too. Actually, in 10th grade, when I was like 15 in English class, we had to choose a word for everybody in the class. So we put our desks all in a circle and we voted on a word for each person. And I got the word opinionated, and I had to write an essay about how I'm opinionated, which was funny. So Charles, because Charles also has the 9, he's also conflict avoidant. I mean, 9s are probably the most conflict avoidant, though I can see if you want to look this up, Kleptic, you could go to EnneagramInstitute.com, something like that. And you can read more about the types, huh?
I love that website.
It's very informative, and I would recommend listening to the voice segments that they have. It was actually when I listened to the voice segments that I realized what my lead emotional need was. I used to think I was a 2, which is like 2s are like the helpers. They don't feel like they're valued unless they help other people. So I used to think that I was a 2, but it turns out I'm a 9. But I also I also am a 2. So I'm both, but I'm more of a 9 than I am of a 2. So it kind of colors who I am. Like, there are lots of people who have a similar personality to me, but their Enneagram is different, and that makes them act completely differently.
I like things that explain differences between people of the same type.
Exactly. It makes it so interesting because it's like we think so similarly, and yet we react to things so differently. And why are we reacting so differently is such an interesting question.
I'm sick of being compared to ENTJ 8s. Being like, well, you're not like that person and they're an ENTJ, so you can't be one.
It is true that certain personality types in the MBTI system highly correlate with certain Enneagram types, like the ENFP and ENTP are almost always 7s. Like, that's our most common. Like, people see someone who's hyper and they're like, you're an ENFP or an ENTP because like clearly you're a 7 and you're hyper. Like, but there are types who are 7s who are not ENFPs or ENTPs.
Yeah.
And I know for somebody who doesn't know Enneagram, we're just kind of talking mumbo jumbo. But it is very interesting, and I would definitely recommend researching it more.
See, someone's put FI as almost always 4, and actually that's a good point because I think there's a lot more INTJ4. I think there's a lot of INTJ4s that type themselves as 5s.
Interesting. What makes you say that?
I don't know, because it's hard to explain why, but I think FI, that's obviously correlated with 4.
Right.
But then I think there's some correlation between NI and 4 as well, and I don't know what it is about it, but just a lot of the vibes NI use it like NI DOMs give off is similar to how I'd expect a 4 to come across.
I mean, almost any INFJ I know is a 4. Pukoki is a rare example of someone who's not a 4.
INFJ
Um,
9.
yes, my boyfriend is an INFJ, and he's 100% a number 4. He's 100% an Enneagram 4. Like, there's no denying it. Like, he has to be unique. He has to be himself. He cannot follow the crowd. I think that the NI and the 4 relate because the NI doesn't want to follow the crowd. The NI wants to forge a new path. And I think that's why FI is also 4, because FI doesn't want to fall into the path, like doesn't want to be like other, so they're just both.
Yeah, but you know what I find ironic about that? That a lot of people who say they don't want to follow the crowd, something becomes popular, so they don't like it. But then the irony about that is they actually are following the crowd by
Exactly.
It's quite funny. And it's quite funny when you say that to someone who is like that. Just
Yeah, no one would want to hear that. No, actually, that's just kind of like hipsters in general, right? Like they think they're cool because they're so unique, and yet there's a word for what they are, so obviously not that unique.
it's just, a lot of the times it's quite embarrassing for them as well.
Exactly. Well, because when you're trying so hard to be unique and someone points out the ways in which you are like other people, um, if they are indeed a 4, the 4 would feel like their meaning is kind of taken away from them if they don't have individuality. If they're not unique,
I mean,
it
I don't
actually is detrimental to them. And
see a problem in having similarities with other people, like having the same interests as people, because like I just get very curious how these people, if they had no one that had the same interests as them, how would they make friends? Like that's what more people. INFJs are usually 4-wing 5 or 4-wing 3. Yeah, usually 4-wing 3. I think.
ooh, also a good point, cilantro, that ESTPs can often be
Yeah.
7s. That's actually very true. That's something, that's why it's so annoying when people assume automatically that a 7 is an any dom. I'm just saying.
Yeah. To be honest, so like when I read descriptions of 7, it sounds more SE than NE.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Do you want to explain why you think that?
Because it talks about like a lot of like wanting those new experiences, and that to me says more like would seem to be more SE wanting new like real world experiences.
Mm, exactly. That need for experiences. If it's easy because any DOMs always talk about how they want new experiences, but we actually, newsflash, don't really want that many new experiences. We just pretend we do.
Neither do I, to be honest. Like,
um, also, I just wanted to say hi to those who stepped in. Welcome. And then Gila Oren is saying, would you say that you feel like you have more in common with someone with the same Enneagram or MBTI type?
that's interesting. Hmm. It depends. It's kind of a mix of both to me, because obviously if someone's like a 3, but then they're like, I don't know, an INFJ or something, then I'm not gonna, or an ISFJ to be the most extreme differences. I'm not gonna have much in common with them. But then I'm not gonna have someone so much in common with like an ENTJ 1 or an ENTJ 8 either. But I think it probably is more MBTI.
From personal experience, I think in terms of finding someone who thinks the same as you, you're going to find more of that in an MBTI realm. I've met several ENFPs who are all different Enneagram types, and though they are a little bit more excitable than I am, I would say I'm a more like relaxed version of an ENFP. than you will often find. Huh?
Yeah, you definitely are. Like, especially like ENFP7s. Like,
Yes, ENFP7s. I actually met one recently. We've been kind of talking in Twitter, and like I've been watching his YouTube and stuff. And he's definitely like, when he's excited, he is like back to back to back to back messaging. And I can get that way, but it takes a lot to get me that excited, even though I am an
yeah,
ENFP. I still prefer a chill vibe. Like I even listen to music that specifically chills me out. And to continue the answer, because I got a little sidetracked talking about the different Enneagram types, I would say I have more in common even with the ENFPs who have different Enneagrams than other nines, even though other nines and I share a similar outlook on life, and we need similar things to be emotionally secure. I still relate more on a cognitive and mental level than I do with emotions. I don't know if that's relative to type, though, because I wonder if people who are extroverted feeling DOMs might be more able to relate to people with Enneagram than with their own type. But I don't know. That's a great question. And now I want more people to answer that. So
yeah, I'm curious about that as well, actually. And then, but we could ask that with like more systems as well, like socionics. Like, like I think if socionics is actually is actually a better system, then I think then you'd be able to relate to people with the same type.
yeah, to bring it into the conversation of socionics, you guys know what I'm doing on my channel right now, which is I'm studying the crap out of socionics right now. I'm talking to people who are obsessed with that stuff. And I'm doing a lot of research right now, and I'm working on a video series where I compare MBTI and socionics. I do think that socionics, from a personal perspective, I do think it's closer to what Carl Jung was saying than MBTI. I think that it definitely can be more accurate in a lot of ways, and it's more multidimensional in the way that it types people. It looks more than just at the dichotomies. It looks more than at what's your lead function. It thinks about what are you missing? What do you devalue? What do you actually value versus what you're good at? Like, for example, I was watching a typing session with somebody who had strong FI. I was hearing a ton of FI while they were talking, right? I was like, that's FI, that's FI, that's FI. And then when we got to the conversation section, the person who was doing the typing was like, you're an FE in your creative slot. And I was like, FE? I was totally getting FI, but somebody who has second slot FE would have really good FI, and they would know how to use it and utilize it. So I think socionics can kind of like pierce through your perception of yourself and actually look at what you value and what you care about versus what you talk about and what you use, because you can use certain parts of your mind but not like to use them, but not prefer to use them, but still be good at using them.
Yeah, because this still have, if I'm getting this right, this still have that 4D FI.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, and I think as well, one of the main issues I found with socionics is visual typing. It just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, visual typing is, you might as well not have. I think videos could almost be distracting when it's typing somebody.
Wow, so I can't remember his name, the World Socionic Society guy. You know him,
Jack?
right? Yeah. He also thinks I'm an ENTJ, so.
Ooh, well, if Jack says it, no.
Well, I mean, because he thought it was an ENFJ at first, and then we were talking about it in the comments of one of my videos, and I'm pretty sure he agrees with me that I'm an ENTJ now. So.
Ooh, are you gonna go on his channel and get typed by him officially?
I mean, if I have time, maybe, but
I would love to watch that. I'd love to be there and see how you answer his questions. Lou
Oh, Luann's here.
is here, creeping on us. I'm just kidding. She's engaging in the comments. It's good.
So random.
So for those of you who have not said, what do you think your Enneagram types are? And the same question that Gila asked, Gila Oren, what would you say you have more in common with? Somebody with the same Enneagram type or somebody with the same MBTI type? Where do you see more commonalities between people?
And if anyone is an Enneagram 1, I just want to ask why.
I know two people in here are 5-wing 4. So Mike and Stephanie are 5-wing 4. I know Lou's a 7. I don't know what wing she is. I'm not sure if she said.
I want to see ESTP would stereotypically be wing 8, but I want to say wing 6. That's what I'm guessing.
I don't know. Lou, do you know?
I want to know. I want to know if I'm right.
And Jeffrey, I don't think you said what your wing was or what your type is. And Charles said that he's a 6-9-4, but he doesn't know which one's his strongest. He thinks it's either the 6 or the 9.
Right. Okay. I think I'm 7. I think I have more in common with. Yeah, I want to know what wing you are though. Like I want. I do think that you're an ESTP though, not an ENFJ.
ENFJ, no, not at all. Oh, she thinks she's an 8, a 7-wing 8.
See, that's the thing. I'm usually right about.
See, now Queen has opinions about your Enneagram type, love. You guys might have to talk about that.
It's just because I always get a vibe for someone straight away. But obviously, you know, my NI isn't dominant, so you know, it's not like as accurate as.
Effie confirmed. Going off vibes of people. Come on. No.
See, that's also why I don't think I'm an ESTP. Like, I don't see any SE DOMs do that.
Oh, interesting. Jeffrey has no idea what his Enneagram is. I think you should do some checking out and seeing what you might find, because I think you'd be interested in Enneagram, Jeffrey. I think you would actually enjoy learning about that.
Actually, now I've just thought of it. One thing I've wondered is if, because people try to put MBTI and Hogwarts houses together, but I actually wonder if it's more Enneagram.
Ooh, well, I'm a Slytherin.
Yes. I think 3 is a very Slytherin type, though.
But I'm a 9. 9 seems like Hufflepuff or something.
9 definitely seems like Hufflepuff.
So I don't know.
5 is Ravenclaw.
I'm too ambitious. That's why I got put. Because, okay, guys, real story about Harry Potter.
Well, 9 and 3 are connected, so.
Truth. True story, though. When I got my wand from Harry Potter, or I mean from J.K. Rowling's Potter site, I don't remember what the website is called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I got officially typed by J.K. Rowling, okay?
On Pottermore.
On Pottermore, yes, okay. And my wand has a unicorn hair in it. No surprise there. But what that means is I can't even make evil charms or evil magic on my wand, or I'll break my wand. So though I may be a Slytherin because I'm ambitious and want to learn about all the subjects, I can't do anything evil. So I'm like the least evil Slytherin. I would probably be bullied. It would be a sad life for me as a Slytherin, but I am a Slytherin nonetheless. Can't help it.
I can't remember what wand I got. I think it was, I don't know, I'll need to check.
I think I had pear wood, 14 inches. It was like slightly malleable and unicorn hair in the middle. I know the unicorn hair for sure.
So basically you've got a long wand.
I have got a long one. No. One of the longest. No, just kidding.
Like 14
Okay,
inches is quite big.
it's pretty big, right?
Yes.
Gila says that she is ISFP and 9 wing 1. Actually, I heard that ISFPs are one of the most common to be 9s, actually.
Right. I found the one thing. So mine was unicorn hair, 9.5 inches. And then it says reasonably supple flexibility.
Ooh. Reasonable supple flexibility. Is that really what it said?
Yeah.
Oh, Lou.
I feel like that's transphobia, but
They knew from the test. Oh my gosh, that's scary. But Lou, that's really nice of you to say that, but I definitely was. Back in middle school, people used to bully me a lot.
funny because I was actually the other day I was watching Lou's video about her opinions on all the types in the ENTJ one. I was just like, yes.
What did she say? Do you remember?
No, I remember shit.
Of course you don't remember. Blind spot. No, okay.
That's all SI.
And then Cilantro said that they're a 4-5-1, but thinks he's a 4.
Mm-hmm. So,
But
right, so here's the thing. I don't think. I mean, I know I say this for MBTI as well, but especially in Enneagram, it's you can't really fully know someone else's Enneagram type because I think because it's about like the fears and the desires. That's like a very like only you know what your core fear, your core desire is. So
I think to be typed by somebody else for Enneagram, you'd have to be really, really honest while expressing these things, and also really self-aware. I think Enneagram is one of those that's more of a self-exploration, though I do think other people can help you, point you in the right direction. So somebody can come in and be like, I see this, I'm hearing a lot of this from you, but like with my boyfriend, I type him as a 4. That's like what I think he is. But it could be when he does some self-exploration, if he ever does, that he disagrees. So I wouldn't trust my answer 100%, but it is what I think is the most likely.
what I think as well is that with Enneagram 3, there's the assumption when you say like they're image focused that everyone immediately sort of thinks they're going to be like really like nice, but I think it just says image, it doesn't say good image. So if a 3 wanted to create sort of like a controversial image for themselves, they'd go out of the way to do that. And it's funny because I did that on a server and they were going, oh, you can't be a 3. If you were a 3, you'd make it an attempt to be more likable. And I was thinking, well, no, because that's not the image I want to create in this server.
Yeah, okay. Now this is just bringing us on to another subject that really frustrates me. People come in, and I've done it too. Don't get me wrong. I have been this person, so I know. But one of my biggest, most prominent pet peeves is when someone comes in and is like, you're not what you say you are. Oh, you're this type. Like, especially if they don't have any reasoning behind it. Or their reasoning is like experiential or referential, like, oh, you're like so and so, so you are this. And I think that that's really inaccurate because there can be similarities between people who have different personalities and different emotional enneagrams that could come off similarly, because how you come off and who you are on the inside are often two different things. If you look at psychology, now I'm just bringing it in here because I'm passionate. If you look at psychology, we have different faces, different masks that we put on with different people. So with some people, we have one mask. And with our friends, we have another mask. With our family, we have another mask. And even with our closest friends, we have another mask. And
Yeah.
only we know the real selves. And that's actually only if you take the time to learn your real self. Because if you don't take time to be self aware, you're not even going to know your real self. You're going to just be thinking about who you are in these different circumstances with these different masks. Okay? End rant, but I had to.
Um, yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't really get how someone can claim to be 100% sure of another person's type. Like, I don't. And then it, like, because that person could easily be, like, giving others misleading info. Like, as someone, Lou said she wants to hear about my life outside of this community. Well, but what do you want to know? I just play video games all the time, man.
What kind of video games do you play? The type of video game says a lot about you.
Well, at the moment, I'm obsessed with. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's on the Switch. It's called Tetris 99. Um, I play that a lot right now, and I play a lot of Overwatch as well. So
So puzzle games and shooter games. But Overwatch is a kind of like team game in a lot of ways, right?
I'm not a very I'm I'm not very good on the team part though, because like it's not because like what happens is especially if you go into a competitive match, you'll get people telling you to like switch character, and I'm like, but I want to play this character.
So besides video games,
Um, what
didn't
else?
didn't Siham was saying that when you're in college in Britain, because you guys go to college like basically the equivalent of 11th grade here, right? So like 16, 17, you start college and go for like 2 years, right, before you go to university.
Yeah.
So what are you studying for college?
Um. Well, I'm doing psychology, sociology, and English language at the moment, but I kind of want I want to switch sociology for literature though because sociology is just so boring.
Interesting. So why, or yeah, why did you choose those subjects?
But I kind of just um because like I kind of knew I wanted to because I want to do something in journalism. So obviously that's why I picked English language. And then for the other two, I was just kind of thinking, what would also help me get into something like that? And I thought psychology and sociology would be useful.
So what is it that draws you to to journalism?
I don't know. I think it's just because I like. This is gonna sound really sad, but I like writing, but it's really annoying because I don't have that. Because obviously I've got a lot of college work, so I don't really have that much time to do any writing. But when I do get the chance, it's just it's just really fun for me to just like sit there and write like whatever.
Because journalism is more of like expository, so it's
Yeah,
much more like you're exposing things, you're talking about controversial subjects.
I'm gonna expose everyone.
So
But yeah, I don't know because I've never been as well. I've never been like a person to just shy away from something that's controversial either. So like it's kind of annoying to me when people don't want to talk about controversial things because I think to me anyway, it's like if it's controversial, it needs to be talked about kind of.
absolutely. Like, there's definitely a level of discomfort when you're around somebody who doesn't agree with you or when you're talking about something where you can tell that they're emotionally invested, right? Like clearly they're not necessarily going to see your side because they're emotional about it.
Yeah.
But it is really important to engage in those kind of conversations and push yourself. Like this is kind of what Dominic and I were talking about the other day, is pushing yourself to be around people who have different opinions than you, to give you a more well-rounded view on things.
Like, I mean, I know people go on about it all the time, but like, I've noticed a lot of increase in like people just slap labels on people who don't agree with them, and it's like that's not really helping anyone or anything.
Yes, like, oh, you believe in universal healthcare, liberal. Oh, you believe in like gun control, liberal. You believe in gun rights, red or whatever, right wing or whatever.
Yeah, what's the one that gets thrown around all the time? Alt-right.
Alt-right and or what's the extreme left? Oh, it's got a label too. Anyway, it's very frustrating. Like,
because it's like, I mean, it's like I could sit here and just, it's like I could have a debate with someone and just sit there calling them a homophobe all the time, but that's not gonna do anything to help anyone.
Right. It's not going to change their opinion if you label them and don't give them the chance to speak their mind and give them the chance to share what they're actually thinking.
Yeah. Because as well, I've noticed a lot of these disagreements, it's not even a disagreement, it's just a misunderstanding.
Absolutely. Yes, that is so spot on. It's not often that, like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you actually talk to someone who's alt-left, the only reason that they don't agree with people being gay or whatever is not because of any way that it affects them. It's purely like, oh, those people have an ulterior agenda. Like what agenda? They just want to be accepted. They just want to not be made fun of and bullied at every chance and told that they can't have a free life or whatever. They can't be like other people because of their sexual orientation. Like what? There's no agenda there.
Really interesting, because I saw this video. It was from, you know, when it was a couple of years ago, I think, when Australia had the gay marriage vote.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this person, he'd uploaded a video saying he was voting no, and everyone in the comments was saying, oh, homophobe, homophobe. But then when you actually watch the video, he wasn't saying he was against the thing. He was saying that he was voting no because the policy itself, like it was like quite vague, so you didn't know what he was voting for.
Right. And that's another thing. So, like,
whatever the policy was for, if it's going to be vague, then he was going to vote no because there could be consequences of that.
Right. Absolutely. And or it could be restrictive. There are some laws they put into pass that are like supposedly helpful, and everyone's like preaching about how great they are for their side. But then when you actually get down into the nitty-gritty of it, it's actually doing things that are counterintuitive to or counterproductive to whatever that person's movement actually is.
Yeah, so when you watch the video, it wasn't being homophobic at all, and everyone in the comments has just read the title, not action.
Yeah. Not to bring it there, but to bring it there a little bit. That is like case in point of what happens to Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I don't agree with everything he says. Like, he's quite conservative compared to me. Okay, I don't agree with everything he says. But do I think that he's transphobic? No. Do I think he's trying to hurt people? No. So, like, shut up with these stupid, like, sexist arguments. He's not even sexist. He's doing nothing that is sexist except saying, like, men and women should be together. Okay, he's conservative, whatever.
See, that's always got me, like, I don't see why people, whenever you say that there's 2 genders, people always say you're being transphobic, and I'm like, how am I, of all people, being transphobic?
Yes, people are just...
That's like
ridiculous.
That's like saying I'm like a Christian atheist or something. Like,
I'm trying to imagine that right now. What would a Christian atheist look like?
Well, obviously, you know, because atheists have no morals, obviously. But then, they would have morals because they got it from the Bible.
I'm just imagining this person walking around carrying a Bible, and they're like, "No, I'm an atheist." Then why are you carrying a Bible? Oh, because I believe everything that's written in here.
What's interesting, right? I saw this video a while back. It was on the topic of like religion and morals, and that's what I'll bring up now. And basically, he was saying that if you're an atheist, how can you have morals? Then, like my mind immediately started going. So is he saying that if he didn't have the Bible, he'd be perfectly fine going around killing people?
Right,
Like,
dude. Those kind of like
who's really the crazy one in that situation?
right. People equate, like, they put so much weight onto words. Like, Christian. Okay, so a Christian is this perfect person who can't do wrong, etc., etc. But then an atheist can't have morals. Like, people equate apparently Christianity to morals, and there's all kinds of like equations like that, for lack of a better word.
See, I've actually noticed when it comes to things like religion, FI-doms, like if they're religious, they tend to get really triggered when it's like questioned. And I found that interesting because there's this. She was either an INFP or an ISFP. I knew she was a Christian, and it was around Christmas, right? So, and then she went to me, "Oh, so why are you celebrating Christmas if you're an atheist?" And I went to her, and I basically pulled her up on the fact that Christmas was actually like originated as a pagan holiday. And she just wouldn't accept it. Like, I was like, she got really triggered over that, and I was just really, but like she gets really triggered over that, and I was just really confused because I was thinking I was just stating facts. So why are you triggered over that?
Sorry, I was being honest. Get over it.
Yeah.
No, I could see the old me getting triggered. For sure. Getting triggered pretty easily, actually.
Yeah, Mike's put, not a good idea to question FI-dom's value.
Exactly. The FI's identity becomes their values.
But I think if it's never questioned, then it can never improve.
Exactly. So just accept the consequences of what happens when you...
See, I was actually just doing another live stream with someone else and I was talking about this, and people, like, this is I think one of the reasons people might mistake me for an SE-dom is that sometimes I don't appear to realise the consequences, but it's actually that I've seen the consequences and I've just evaluated whether it's worth, like, if I, like, evaluate the consequences and I do it anyway, it's because I've seen that the consequences are kind of worth dealing with.
Interesting.
So I think in the case of questioning FI-dom's values, I think it is worth the consequences.
Okay, so Ben in the comments, Ben Vasserlin said, "What would an Islamic atheist look like?" You could joke about that. You could definitely joke about that oxymoron. In fact, in Islam, many atheists would be in the closet about it. Wouldn't that be apostate?
I remember. I've just seen someone put coffee cups were thrown. This just reminded me of something really funny that happened. It was in about year 8, so I think that's probably. I don't know if that's either your 7th or 9th grade. It's when you're about 13.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, this person I was friends with, right? We'd had an argument about something. I can't remember what the argument was about, but he like just bitch slapped me in the face. So my response to that, I don't know why, but I just. You know when you like just do the first thing that like in that situation, like. So what I did is because it was like in the lunchroom, so on the table there was a bottle of Ribena, and I literally my instinct to being slapped, I just got the Ribena and I just poured it on it. Like,
I've been slapped before in middle school.
I find it quite funny.
In 7th grade. I don't know, I was 12. Um,
Probably the same age then.
I did not react like that.
How did you react?
I'm pretty sure. I think I just called her a bitch or something.
People have called me that a lot.
Something less confrontational than actually throwing something. I actually can't remember. I more so remember the fact that she smacked me while we were in the gym locker and we were changing, and I was uncomfortable with the fact that we were in the locker and she smacked me. I must have said something smart aleck or something.
Like I enjoy it when it's like verbal confrontation, but when it starts getting physical, I don't like it.
Toby, what a great time to join the stream. We're talking about getting bitch slapped.
Well, I mean, but what else was I going to do in that situation? The ride beater was right there.
Oh, also, can I point out the fact that you said Christian?
Wait, what?
I love your accent.
Most people hate it.
Most people hate it. What do you mean? Like who? Who could hate it?
People find it annoying.
No. Maybe it's because I'm American and I'm like instantly like swooning over British accents. I don't know.
I don't know if you've seen it, but host Eric did a type police on me because I told him to.
Oh.
And like within the first minute, he made a comment about how I don't like pronounce my T's.
Yes.
That's something I keep getting pulled up on, but it's just like that's just from like where I'm from, like our accent. We just don't say the T's.
Because you're from like Northwest, right? Northwest. Northeast. Oh, the other side. I remember actually watching a video where this girl who was on College Humor at one point, she did a video doing the accents from all over the UK. So it included like Scotland, Ireland, and whatnot. Yeah. She did all the accents, and I was like, that one right there, that sounds like your accent.
I'm like from... It's quite far up. It's like, I don't know if you know where Newcastle is.
Vaguely.
I'm not from Newcastle. I'm not like that far up, but I'm like an hour's drive away from there, basically.
Interesting. I think most of us who watch British television, we see that London accent or the Cockney accent, one or two, which are both London accents, but the two extremes. But what's funny is that Americans find even the Cockney British accent to sound more intelligent than the American accent, which is just like the Cockney accent sounds like the equivalent of redneck or ghetto. Like,
here's the thing about England, like down south, like the south of England, they've got maybe like 2 or 3 accents. It's like not that diverse. But like when you get up north, like where I'm from, like you can drive for about 20 minutes and the accent just changes completely.
Interesting. Actually, it's kind of similar in America, except you have to drive like 6-7 hours.
That's the thing, like that's what I don't like about it. Like, because obviously, like because I've been to Florida, and it was just weird for me because I guess our equivalent of states would be counties. I guess that's the closest thing we have, but even with counties, it doesn't take that long to get from, like, to cross the counties.
Well, wouldn't the UK entirely fit within the state of Texas in America?
Probably. Florida was nice. I went to Orlando.
That's the best tourist location in America.
I want to go to New York sometime as well.
Yes, I want to go to New York too, but I'm scared because New York is a big city, and I'm scared of being around that many people.
I love cities.
I love cities too, but here's why New York and LA also equally scares me, but they scare me for different reasons. A lot of it is just how many tall buildings there are so close together. Like when you're in between all those buildings. You're not going to be able to see any kind of like landscape. You're going to be like kind of confined in between all these tall buildings that like if something were to happen, now I'm not saying anything would, but if something were to happen, you'd be screwed. There's no getting out. Like, maybe I watch too many horror movies.
Wait, what state are you from? Because I can't tell like accents in America. So what, like?
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I don't really have that strong of an accent. If there's any Americans here, you can guess where I'm from. Actually, I'd be interested to see where you guess if you're American. I don't even know how many Americans are actually watching, but
I'm just gonna go with a hunch, you know, because I don't know the accents. I'm just gonna pick a state at random. I'm gonna guess you're from. I'm gonna guess you from. I'll go at California.
oh, he thinks California. What do you guys think? I think there's some Canadians here.
I mean, we'll be able to know the Canadians because they'll put sorry in every message.
So Mike is guessing the Midwest. What do the rest of you think? You can just throw out a random state if you know nothing about America. That's fine.
I mean,
too.
it doesn't matter. You're from California, no?
It's been confirmed.
Because I'm always right.
I can do some accents. Like, I can pretend I'm from somewhere else. If that really, like, toots your horn. I can pretend I'm from the South. Down there in the South, now come on, they talk a lot more like this down in the South. This does not sound how I talk. Like, if
I was talking to someone on Discord, she sounded exactly like that.
someone that you talked to sounded like that?
Yeah. Someone, Cedric's put, I think you're from the South somewhere. I mean, that's fine, but I think I just don't want to be that person, but you've used the wrong version of your.
You don't mean to be the grammar Nazi, but you're being the grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
Am I from Brazil? No. No. Actually, fun fact, in high school, for a month, I did date someone from Brazil.
Well, I'm from the moon, so.
I can actually do different accents from the South. Just so you know, I can do different Southern accents.
What do you think the accent on the moon would be like?
Well, it'd probably be a little slower because the moon has less gravity, so things would be moving a little slower because, you know, your whole body would be moving slower. And
no one can be from the moon because obviously the moon doesn't exist.
oh, that's right, because the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Well,
and it's all an illusion.
See, right, here's my problem with flat Earth, right? If it's like a flat disc, then how are the oceans so deep? Wouldn't it have to be more of a cylinder?
Damn. I might be hiding my accent. So fun fact, I've never lived anywhere longer than 9 years. That's the longest I've ever lived anywhere. So I've moved around a lot. Oh, go ahead.
If you're hiding your accent, then you could be from, like, I don't know, Australia.
Right. No, I don't even think I could pretend an Australian accent and feel good about myself doing that. Yeah.
See, Australia's got all them, like, deadly, like, snakes and all that, but, like, you know.
And spiders.
Yeah, but I think they'd all be, like, you know, scared of me.
Probably. No, just kidding.
I could take a spider on. I'm not being funny or anything, but it's like they're not even that big. They're like that big. You could just stand on them. What?
I wish I could do like a northern accent. That one's harder for me because I judge myself too much when I practice to even like try right now because I'm like too nervous.
You know what I want to do? You know what I'd do if I went to the moon? Right. This would probably be the death of me, but I would just jump.
Jump around on the moon. Yes, that sounds like so much fun, actually.
You couldn't really jump around though because you just keep going up and up, and you wouldn't come down.
There is some gravity. Come on. Unless the moon doesn't exist.
So if the Earth's flat, does that mean the moon's flat as well? See, because actually, there would be an argument for that because when you look at the moon, you don't see it 3D. You just see the.
So if the moon is
and not that way.
If the moon is flat and the Earth is flat, then who is lighting the moon to make it into these semicircle, like, or these like, you know,
The flat sun.
We're just shining a beam up at the moon and we're just like moving it over slightly.
Sorry, I've got something to confess. It's actually me.
Oh, are you behind the Batman light too?
Yeah, I'm also behind like the Illuminati and everything like that. So.
Oh, do. Just kidding. Are you also an alien? Now that Toby brings that up, I'm a little curious.
No, I'm not an alien. I'm a lizard person.
Oh no, because aliens would be impossible if the Earth is flat, because the Earth is not controlled by aliens. It's controlled by God, obviously.
I mean, which one?
The one true God. That's who.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not being funny, right? I don't really care what your religion is, but only one of them can be right at the end of the day.
Isn't that the truth? We can't all be right. But, you know, that's okay, because you know what the Bible does is it says that they are the one true God. They say they're the ones who are right. So obviously everyone else who came before them is wrong.
So I can't wait till everyone goes to their version of hell so I can just be like, told you so.
I don't know if I would wish that upon them. That's a little extreme.
What's weird to me is just thinking that everyone that's alive on Earth right now at some point will all be dead.
That's a very morbid and sad truth.
But that's the thing. Like, everyone that's alive on the Earth right now in 150 years, it'll be a world of entirely new people.
That's true.
Mindfuck.
I want to do other accents, but I'm too nervous. The only one I feel comfortable doing is the Southern accent. But actually, I do actually, when I first started making videos a few months ago, I was feeling very self-conscious about my accent because I thought it was actually quite obvious where I'm living, which is in fact the Midwest. At this point in time, I do actually live in the Midwest.
What state?
In Iowa, so it's like
So
Iowa is more like
I said Iowa.
corn country, USA. But I also did live in Kansas. But I also lived in South Carolina, and I've also lived in Philadelphia. So, and I've also lived in Colorado. So, you guessed a wide area, Mike Hart. The Midwest is a big place. But true, you were right. Could you tell by my accent? Or were you just guessing? Because actually, Colorado has a very minimal accent. They're probably the closest to standard American accent that you could possibly get.
So Mike's put that. I can't believe I was right. Well, I mean, I don't want to rain on your parade, but I mean, the chances are quite. When you're guessing somewhere like Midwest, when you're guessing somewhere as broad as that, I don't know how many regions there are, but I don't know exactly the number, but it's probably about a 1 in 10 chance of getting it right, so it's pretty believable.
Oh, I see. He's guessing that because I don't have a coastal accent, which is kind.
And you're not sat on the beach.
I'm even trying to think about what a California I'm trying to think how to actually replicate that at this point in time. I'm trying to channel my inner Kim
You
Kardashian.
know what you should do? You should do. Have you? Do you watch Sarah MBTI? Video of MBTI YouTuber impersonations. You should do that.
I think that could be fun. I should do that. I should do more impersonations. They're fun. I should do more fun stuff. I don't do a whole lot of fun stuff.
I find it really funny when people like do impressions of me. It's quite. It's just quite interesting to hear what other people think I sound like.
What do other people think you sound like? And why has no one done an impression of me?
Oh my god, Sam. I did like the fact that Katrina didn't even mention me because she was just that scared of me.
She was too jealous. She was like the ENTJ, INTJ energy right there. There's like too much. You guys are too similar. She didn't want to compare herself to you. Katrina, you've been called out. I'm gonna let Katrina know too. I'm gonna text her and be like, you've been called out.
She knows that she's below me.
Well, I mean, it is a struggle for her to fight against the other queens out there. So
she's a 2, I'm a 3.
Oh, thanks, Toby. I felt pretty excited about that one. Actually, fun story about while I was filming the MBTI types as writers. You know how the ENFP drops books because obviously ENFPs are special and I have to draw attention to that type. I was like dropping the books. Huh?
No essay.
Exactly. I was dropping the books and I was making a bunch of like noise and my boyfriend came in and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not anymore. I'm not mentally sane anymore."
Are you an ENFP in socionics as well?
I am, which is IEE. Actually, the people in the server that I hang out with have finally given me the my quadra color. They finally like accepted that I'm an IEE because they doubted it for a second and I was like, yes. Think I have TI, that's right.
Like it's really annoying to me when like some servers like they'll do that. They'll like, we won't give you the role until I think you're that type. It's like, okay.
Hey, I think that's fine. If they want to like make sure everyone, because it's really like, hey, this is our system. This is how we view people. Let's make you only put in that type if we agree. Because here's the thing. If they put you in that type and you're not that type in their system, that looks bad on them, right? Because if you're putting out a representation for new people who come in, well, we'll not go there. How is it that his name always gets brought up when we're talking about poor typing systems?
Quite funny that see, I'm actually quite similar to him. He's an ENTJ who thinks he's an ENTP. I'm an ENTJ who used to think I was an ENTP.
Oh, did he used to think he's an ENTJ?
No, I think he's an ENTJ. and his grid thinks he's an ENTJ as well.
Ooh, called out. C.S. Joseph and Katrina called out in the same night. This is intense.
Keep going.
No, I don't want to talk too much about C.S. Joseph. I don't know him that much. Like he's fine. He's fine.
I mean, we had a good discussion about Dave's superpowers the other day, though.
What's that?
No, I was just saying we had a good discussion about Dave's superpowers system the other day.
We did. I was standing up for it a lot. And Queen was back. She was fighting everything I said, disagreeing with all of it.
And then you just accept it.
I'm like, just accept his system is great. Like, I'm a preacher for the OP system, apparently.
I mean, Mike, your brother is an ENTJ. Interesting. I wish I had like a sibling that was at least EXTX.
You wish you had an extroverted thinker or an extroverted thinking type, even though it's not extroverted thinking the function. It's just extroverted and logical.
Eric Thor's extroverted thinking.
Everyone's getting called out in this video. It is turning into the T capital of.
One doesn't bother me as much.
Who doesn't bother you as much?
That Eric Thor, because it makes sense in the context of his system to have it, because it's like a subtype in his system, so it makes sense.
Wait, say that again. What's a subtype?
Like in his system, if I understand it, so like let's say like ENTJ, there'll be like the extroverted thinking subtype, then there's like the thinking judging subtype.
Oh, interesting.
And I think it's extroverted intuition. I want to say that as well because the EN at the start. Yeah, Eric Thor seems correctly typed. I don't see a problem with that.
Oh, he was talking about Eric from Talking with Famous People. Try as you might, you just can't hide, 'cause you're mistyped. And I've been waiting to pull you over all night. Type please, please pull that guy over. He thinks he's INTP, but seems extroverted, sensing to me. I think he's ESFP, the type police. Okay, you guys know I've seen too many episodes to know the theme song.
It's like ESTP there. Still right at the end.
Okay, so Mike Hart has an interesting comment, and I'm going to comment about his comment. So he said that Eric Thor used to be an INTP, potentially. So interestingly enough, in this server that I hang out in right now, the Socionic server, there's actually a guy who is an INFJ in MBTI, but an LII, which is an INTP essentially in Socionics.
Which Socionic server are you in?
It's called Flow State.
I might be banned.
Hold on.
Is that what you were telling me about before? That I said I didn't want to join.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you want to join, but I'll get you in there. I'm gonna get you guys the link so you guys can potentially join the server if you guys like. It's fun in there. This one.
People always like people will send me like links to servers. I'll be like, can't join. I'm banned.
Literally though, one day I got invited to 3 servers within 4 hours. Not even gonna lie. Oh, hi Yuri. Welcome.
Someone's put my grandma is an ESTJ. Well, my granddad's an ESTJ, and oh my god, I love him. He's so funny. Like I used to like have debates with him all the time though. I
bet. Oh, Mike's comment. He says you like Talking with Famous People, hasn't really watched his stuff. Seems like he assumes every MBTI YouTuber is mistyped. I will have you know, he does not think I'm mistyped. He thinks I'm just a protester.
Mike, I just want to say that you seem extroverted sensing to me.
You think you're INTP, but seem extroverted sensing to me.
Yeah, Yuri, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know.
No, actually, I can't remember, Mike. You probably have told me, and I'm so sorry if I forgot, but what is your type? I actually think I know and also, Yuri, I don't know if you're into MBTI, but what is your type? And Toby, I think you've told me as well. Did you say you're an ENFP or an INTP? Oh my gosh, now I can't remember. Tell me all your types in the comments. I forgot everything.
I want an ESTJ that's into typology like you.
I know. What is up with the ESTJs hiding from the MBTI world? Okay, that's what I thought, Mike. You know what's weird is I keep confusing you with this other guy who looks similar to you and is also an INTP, what is his name? Now I need to look it up. But you guys actually look similar. Like you have the same like facial hair, glasses, INTP. Hold on, I'm looking up his name right now.
I know something funny about when I first got, well, it was when I've been into MBTI for about 5 or 6 months. It was on this website. It's shut down now, but I was on this website, and it was basically they unanimously thought that I was an ISTP.
Interesting.
And that's what I was talking about, because people say like, no, I'm quite expressive, like when I talk. But basically, that's because for like the longest time, like people go, oh, you need to be more expressive. You need to be more expressive.
Interesting.
Become a habit for me to like act more expressive when I talk. But obviously, when I made this video, like when I had only been in it for 5 or 6 months, I wasn't that expressive. So I've like everyone just saw me being like really like monotone, really like just, and just was like, ISTP.
Interesting. Yeah, that's where stereotypes play in. They're like, oh, because they just expect ISTPs to be these people who sit here like this and just talk like this and don't really have any inflection in their voice and just speak very matter of fact. But yes, ISTPs aren't necessarily like that. But yeah, Mike, I think not that you look like him, but I keep getting you guys like mixed up in my head because you both started following my channel around the same time and commenting on my stuff around the same time. And you both have glasses, a little facial hair, and are INTPs. So I'm sorry. It's just you guys are you have too many similarities but I will get you guys straight in my mind one of these days.
So you got Mike confused for Andre Rice.
Right.
You know what? That's really funny. That because I'm pretty sure it was them too. That when I was in one of Emily's chats, I kept getting them confused. Who's Cedric referring to? I don't know who's Cedric referring to in that comment.
Yeah, are you talking about your grandma still, Cedric? Also, the chat delay is just too much for me sometimes. I'm like expecting an immediate answer. Like, answer me already.
See, I don't know if you've noticed, but I get very impatient when people don't reply to me.
Oh, an INTP algebra teacher. That sounds fun, actually. Sounds like it would be a crazy class, but a lot of fun.
Stereotypical.
All right. Mike, no, actually, but I'm not gonna lie. I wish people would mistype me as having like either being an ENTP, INTP, ISTP, or ESTP.
I think you're teacher.
That's not what I want. I want to be a TI user.
Do I look like an FE user to you, giving people what they actually want?
Oh, no.
This is what I'm interested in as well, because you've got 2 in your tri-type. So, like, when you help people, are you like, because this is what I do, if I help people, I'm secretly thinking, but what can I get out of this?
That actually is something that really frustrates me about other people is when that's why I don't accept help from other people, because I don't want them to expect it from me. I want to give help because I like them and I want to provide them help. I don't want to give them help so that I can get something from them. Like, I want it to be genuine and I want it to be genuinely given to me, which is why I rarely accept help. Like, I get very uncomfortable accepting help, and you have to get close to me for me to accept your help in any capacity.
I'm a sly little bitch, so I'm that type of person, you know. Yeah, I'll buy you a chocolate bar, but you know, because if I buy them a chocolate bar, then they owe me something.
My old roommate was exactly the same. He was like,
he?
Huh?
What type was he?
I'm pretty sure he's an ESTP. Like, I'm like 99% sure he's an ESTP.
Rumor, please.
Huh?
Can we not add fuel to that one?
And he would always say like, oh, why don't you help me? I did this for you. Like, obviously you should help me because I did this for you. I hate that.
See, I don't get pushy like that, but it's like, I just like the fact that they owe me something.
Hey, what's up? Hold on just a second.
Yeah, you better stop the whole stream.
Hey, is it time for dinner?
It should be here in the next charity.
Ooh, the next charity.
And we're getting New York style.
New York style? I have to fold it in half then, obviously.
No, I got the party slices.
The gross, like, square pieces? Why can't it just be cut like a normal pizza?
Because it's dainty.
Oh, I see. He's gonna like try to close my computer. Are you gonna come around and say hi to the stream?
Hi.
Hello.
Me
Get my nose hairs.
Oh yeah, we saw all the way up into your nose.
You got like 400 viewers?
9.
I bet the 9 are really cool though.
They are very cool.
What are you talking about?
What are we talking about? All kinds of things. It's
I'm
just
a manipulative asshole, apparently.
oh, how she is manipulative, and how our roommate is also was our roommate. Who was
What?
our roommate was
Who?
also manipulative.
Eric?
Yes.
Why you was bringing Eric? Why is Eric always being brought up?
Why is Eric always being brought up? Because he's a good example of things that I don't like in people.
Oof.
No, I mean, he's a fine person. He is. But he is a good example for a lot of things.
You know what would help your stream?
What would help my stream?
You guys should play smooth jazz in the background while you're talking. Or like swing. Swing would be good.
We have to use royalty-free music, Tim.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, the pizza.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Bye, chat.
He says bye, guys. And I'll probably want to leave kind of soon because pizza, which they didn't even tell me they ordered. How is it here already?
But I never had any doubt about my type. Imagine that. Imagine being like that and not having.
Jeffrey, just start a YouTube channel. And wait.
Start a YouTube channel and then keep saying that you're a type, but then make a video in 3 days later saying that you're a different type.
Or just claim to be any type, and people on YouTube will rip you a new one because,
But like,
God forbid, you're actually the type you say you are.
but, you know, like I say, I mean, if you do that, but every time you claim to be a different type, you have to be really confident about it as well.
Oh yeah, the more confident, the more you bring on the people who are going to question your type.
And then, before you make the video saying that you're a different type, you have to say in the video that you're not really sure that you've started questioning your type again.
Yeah, you have to feed into the egos of your commenters. Let them know.
Basically, if you basically look at my channel.
Reference Queen for how to be a YouTuber, an MBTI YouTuber.
Yeah, reference my channel for how to type jump effectively.
Typing is hard, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when people are coming in there like questioning you, like
I wonder what type I'll be next week.
exactly. I want to be an ISTP.
I might be a socially awkward INTP next week.
Ooh, maybe I'm an ISFJ.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should be an ISFJ.
Guys, I'm convinced I'm an ISFJ.
I'm going to tell you my reasoning. My reasoning is that you're wearing a dress with flowers on it, and my visual typing says that that's ISFJ.
Oh my god, you could tell. I did this just to look like an ISFJ. It's got nice little like flappy layers. It's a flowy shirt. So it really shows a lot about how adaptable and flowy I am.
If the pizza's there, is it like actually a pizza, or is it just recycled pieces of old pizza?
You know, we did consider going to Chuck E. Cheese. It was like in our top 2 places to go, but they don't deliver, so.
I bet C.S. Joseph is responsible.
Oh my God. It all is making sense. Oh my goodness. It was C.S. Joseph. What the heck?
The real mastermind behind C.S. Joseph is his whiteboard.
Oh, so it was the whiteboard who told C.S. Joseph to infiltrate Chuck E. Cheese and recycle the
I've got another confession. I'm actually C.S. Joseph's whiteboard.
Oh, it's all you.
Yeah.
Oh, someone asked, do you think it's possible to make a YouTube channel about 12 different subjects? Well, Toby, I'm trying.
I have a YouTube channel about my 12 different personalities, so...
I have been thinking about starting multiple channels so that I can, because there are people I know who only follow my channel because I post music, and I want to make a music-only channel. But at the same time, that's spreading myself thin. So it's hard. But I like lose subscribers sometimes when I put out non-music content, but I also lose subscribers when I put out music content. So it's like YouTube is such like a coin toss. You never know what you're going to get, I swear.
I'm pretty sure the Satan's life's like a box of chocolate. YouTube's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I don't think it's like a coin toss.
Are you going to get the trolley comment? Are you going to get 5 subscribers that day? Are you going to get a sweet, kind person on your channel? Are you going to get someone who comes in and says, like, you know, you need to change everything about who you are? It's you never know what you're going to get with your channel comments and situations. Is a video that's almost exactly like a video you posted before and everybody loved going to get no views the next time? You never know, because people are fickle.
I know. I hate it when that happens.
You're just like, last time I posted this, it had 200 views in like 2 days, and now I post something super similar, like same genre, and you guys don't want anything to do with it. I'm confused.
How many
Why?
times will I be able to change my type before people get sick of it?
Ooh, that's a good strategy. That's a really good strat. Just keep changing your type every time someone gets uncomfortable with you, or it starts to judge you.
I mean, on my channel, like, how many videos can I upload saying I'm a different type before people are like, right, bitch, what are you doing?
I can't believe no one's called you out on it.
No, neither can I, to be honest.
But I'm going to read some of these comments because I feel like I've lost track. Mike, Francesca did used to think she's an ENTP, and now she believes she's an INFJ, which actually makes a lot of sense.
That's actually me going through types.
Yeah. She can relate.
Oh, I might be an INFJ next.
Ooh. Probably that's where you get the views.
Or INFP.
Yeah, there's this pizza place that they try to go to, Jeffrey, where they like cut the pizza like crosswise. Like they don't cut it like a pie. They don't cut it into these nice triangular pieces like a pizza should be cut. They cut it across the side. So like some pizzas have like so much crust and almost nothing on it. And then some pieces are like all cheese and no crust. And I'm just like, I want something in between, please. Like a normal piece of pizza.
So there's a solution to that, and this is what I do because I just don't get pizza. I don't like pizza.
That's probably a good plan. I probably shouldn't. I'm lactose intolerant, but that doesn't stop me.
I'm just a really picky eater, though. Like, I hate. Right, this is gonna sound really SI, but I really hate going to new places for food.
Hey, actually, that makes perfect sense because, you know, if you know what you like and if there's some place where you don't know what to expect, why would you?
But it's like, you know, you go out once, right, we go out for a meal every Monday. So it's like, why would I risk going to somewhere that I might hate?
Exactly.
Waste that Monday when I could go somewhere I like.
Exactly.
And my mum, who's an ISFP, is always like, we should go somewhere new, and I'm like, no.
You guys go somewhere new. I'll go where I'm comfortable with. If I try your food and like it, then I'll try somewhere new.
I'll be like, right. So what I'll do is, you know, if you two want to go out by yourselves anytime, you can go somewhere new. But when I'm there, we're going. I'm like the youngest person in my house, but I'm just making all the decisions.
3, no, ENTJ both. The ones that matter will be the ones that stay regardless of what you post. Gila, that is what I feel like, and I feel like if people like me, then that's great. And honestly, if you're only following me for one type of thing, just ignore the videos that you don't like. I don't think that I flood the subscription feed with too many videos. Like, there are people who post multiple videos a day, and I don't do that to people. So it's like, if you don't like a video I post, just wait till I post a different one that you actually like.
If I post a twerking video, then will I get
viral. Insta viral. Do it.
Twerking stuff thing, right? No.
And then Mike asked if I get rude people.
Happy.
Thanks.
They
they cut it like normal pizza.
They ruined it.
I'm so
I
happy.
reiterated 3 times. That's the problem with this country.
Well, they knew what I wanted, and what I wanted won. Do I get rude people? Sometimes, yes, actually.
I'm one of them.
No, you're not at all. No, some people just have reasons for being rude, and it's fine. Some people, I think, are just honestly trying to tell me something, and I'm like, that's fine. Tell me what you think. That's cool. Like, I don't normally find things rude unless it's like a personal attack. So long as you don't personally attack me, I'll probably leave your comment. I actually think I don't think I've ever deleted a comment yet, but I know there are people like Pukoki who have. But I wonder if you have to like wait till you get a certain number of people before you start getting the crazies who like post some scary stuff onto your videos. So
this is gonna sound really, really weird, but I kind of want the crazies.
Why?
I don't know. I just really want to get hate comments so I can use it for views and do a reading hate comments video.
That's true.
Because that is a totally unique and different idea that has never been done before, right?
Okay, so guys, feel free to post some hate comments, but don't be too mean because I might cry. But go ahead and post some hate comments so I can make a video out of it.
Yep,
Thanks.
I'll take
Thanks
comments
in
on my channel and be as mean as possible so I can use it in the thumbnail for shock value and clickbait.
Which, by the way, I will be putting in the description after this. When I was already running late when we started this, and I was like, just like starting it instantly. I didn't even put anything in the description. I just put a title on the video and started it.
See, that's the thing. See, I prefer live streams than actual videos personally. I don't know about.
I like participating in live streams, actually. I like participating in live streams a lot.
In the chat?
Both, but more so in the chat. I like watching them happen, actually. It's fun. I can get a little trolly in the comments. You guys may have seen me in videos getting a little trolly in the comments.
You see me, like, just every time Emily streams, I'm just staring shit in the comments.
Yeah. Queen starts drama. I just troll people because I'm secretly an ENTP.
People think I'm an ENTP because I'm such a shit stirrer.
Actually, no one thinks I'm an ENTP. I want people to think I'm an ENTP. But they're like, you're a girl and you're hyper, you're an ENFP.
Well, I'm a professional girl gamer, so does that mean I'm like an ISTP or something?
Oh, thanks, Toby. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah. That's so mean. I'm writing an absolute legit here.
That's so sweet. That's so kind of you. Just wait till this video is no longer live and then post it in this video. Like only put the hate comments in this video because otherwise I might feel sad.
If you want to make her feel sad, then if people want to make you feel sad now, they know what to do.
No. Don't make me feel sad.
I mean, I know you're an Enneagram, but and this is gonna pain you to hear, but you didn't think of that, did you?
I did. Damn it. That's so true. Okay, I legit want to eat this, but don't want to eat on camera because this is not a mukbang.
Wait. Mukbang. What actually is mukbang? I actually don't know what that means.
That's a good question. Let's look that up real fast. What is mukbang? Is a live audiovisual broadcast in which a host eats a large amount of food while interacting with the audience, which is literally kind of what I would be doing if I ate the pizza on stream. No, I think those are actually kind of gross. I don't like watching other people eat. And I also think it's really weird, the ASMR where people are eating, like, I'm like, that is gross. I don't want to hear that up close and personal in my ears, please. I like the ASMR where it's just like kind people talking or like they're like, okay, secret time, guys. My favorite ASMR is where they cut up soap and just cut soap. Don't ask me why. It's visually appealing and the sound as like the little pieces of soap like fall onto the table below. Or like when they crunch the soap, like the little circles. I just love that sound.
I hate to crush your dreams and all that, but I hate ASMR. I think ASMR is as bad as astrology.
I think, it's fair for you to feel that way. You don't have to listen to it or watch it.
I'm gonna put this out right. If anyone in the company who's thinking of checking out my channel, if any of you believe in astrology, can you please just not subscribe? But
comment
saying how much you believe in astrology, so I can make a video of that as well.
Exactly. All right. I wanna eat. So, guys, go ahead and check out Queen's channel.
Yeah. And leave comments telling me how much I'm not an ENTJ, because...
Comment the crap out of her channel, please. And...
type me without asking permission first.
Yeah, type her as, like, what's something crazy? An ESFJ...
Should start a prank. Literally everyone comment on one of my videos saying that I'm an ISTP will actually.
Yes, everybody go troll. Okay, we're condoning the troll. Go onto her channel and put in the comment total ISTP.
On this video as well, say that I'm an ISTP on this video.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
But
I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an amazing last hour and a half, almost 2 hours. You guys are the best.
Oh, this has been on a long time.
I know. And I'm going to eat. You guys do what you do with your time. I don't even know what time zone you guys are in. I know Queen is like up way past her bedtime.
It's
don't make me...
It's 3 a.m. See, this is Paula S.
And I'm like, it hits 11 o'clock, and I'm like, guys, I need to go to sleep.
I'll still be up for another 2 hours.
Can't relate. But, well, actually, I probably will be up for 2 more hours. That's just because, it's only 9 here. But thanks, guys, so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, fantastic day, and I will see you guys around. I will be posting quite a few videos very soon. This weekend, I'm just going to be recording like crazy for the Socionics video frenzy that I'm on. So look forward to those.
Bye.